to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I did a couple star jumps just to get in the vibe, do you know what I mean? So from out of breath.
A couple start jumps?
Star jumps, or you call them jumping jacks in America,
that
right?
Is so, I am now calling them star jumps for the rest of my life. That's so much better than jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Brits do everything better. It's just the way it is. Congratulations on all of your success. You just swept the BRIT Awards with a record 6 awards, including Best Album.
That was a big one. Thank you.
How did that feel? What did that mean to you?
Oh, honestly, I think the night just got more and more blurry and more emotional as the night went on. I felt like by the last, the album was the last one, and there's a video, and I was just like crying, sobbing. It was all blurry, but I watched back, yeah, and I got to bring my grandma on stage, which was the most beautiful moment. Yeah, yeah, she's everything to me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
She must be so proud of you.
She is, yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. You know, Americans are completely obsessed with British artists, Charlie XCX,
yes.
you, Harry Styles,
yes.
Adele.
Yes.
Are you all impressed with Americans at all whatsoever? You can be honest.
No.
Be honest.
I don't know what to say back to that.
Yeah, it's okay.
We love Americans. Come on, go Americans. Yeah.
We need to do more star jacks. I think Americans star jumps. You mentioned your grandma. You come from a very musical family. Your sister is a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Your grandfather was a songwriter. You
yes.
grew up singing in the church choir.
Yeah.
How has all of that influenced you as a musician?
I don't know. I think the thing with music is when it gets you, it really gets you, do you know what I mean? And I was so young when I just decided, like, this was plan A, there was no plan B. I'm going to be a musician or die trying. So my entire life has just been that kind of, you know, pursuit of music. And I started as a songwriter. It's kind of how I got my foot in the door. You know, and it's been, yeah, it's not the simplest journey behind the scenes, you know what I mean? I know you hear, yeah.
Sure not.
But we made it. So far, so good. I've got big dreams, big plans. I'm headed there. So far, so good.
Is that what you did? You started out as a songwriter. You wrote songs for Beyonce, for John Legend, for Kylie Minogue. How was it? Last year, you put out independently your solo album.
Yeah.
How did that feel to do that, and what was the music writing process like for you, writing for yourself versus another artist?
Oh, you know, it was such a liberating thing, and you know, I'd been in a record label for quite a while, and it was a tricky time. And for me, albums are everything. You know, I do think everything's becoming a lot shorter now. All of our attention spans, including myself, is just getting shorter and shorter. But for me, albums are just essential and important and will never die, and I really believe in the album. So getting to make my own one was a really beautiful experience, and then on top of that, getting to be recognised and listened to by that, it's just opened so many doors for me. It's just blown my mind. A lot of people thought that I would never have success as an artist, do you know what I mean? So it's just also so vindicating to be able to prove to myself that they were just all chatting rubbish. Yeah.
One of the things that I appreciate so much about your music and that I think sets you apart from so many other artists is the way that you juxtapose these big sort of joyful, big band, jazzy music along with lyrics that are really raw and vulnerable and about very serious issues. You talk about body dysmorphia, you talk about mental health, sexual assault. How do you even begin building music around those lyrics?
Well, you know, I think music is medicine. I always say that. I think like even sitting here and talking to you about these sort of heavier subjects, I get nervous. I don't really know how to address it or what to say, and I think music is a safe space to kind of be raw and honest, and for me that's my safe place. It's my therapy. And yeah, you know, I think there's a lot of us are really broken, and a lot of us are hurting, and a lot of us are dealing with things we don't know exactly how to speak about or express, even with the people that we love. And I think music is a safe space to do that, to find healing or talk about it or just, I don't know, process it. So that was really important to me as an independent artist. I just wanted to be honest about those things you're quiet about, you know?
You've talked a lot about imposter syndrome. experiencing that, is that something that you still think about, even with this amount of success that you've reached?
Oh yeah, I just feel. Yeah, do you know what? I'm just more of a like, you know, I'm quite chatty and just like hang out. Do you know what I mean? And then, you know, you get put in these kind of fancy environments, like the Met Gala, for instance. I was just like, what am I doing here? You know, so I guess you do kind of feel like that. And I don't necessarily feel like that's a bad thing. I think the kind of music I want to continue to create, and the person I always want to be, is someone who's just like, do you know what I mean? Normal, I don't know, and I'm not good at being fancy either way. I suck at being fancy, even though this dress is very fancy. But
I mean, you got us.
It's all a facade.
You have us fooled. You are going to be performing your song Genesis for us tonight, and within that, you explore all of these different topics. You talk a lot about the dangers of social media, mental health, anxiety.
Yeah.
You explore all these weighty topics.
Yeah.
What was so important to you about covering all of those themes in this one song?
Well, I don't know. Like I was kind of saying before, I feel like it's easy to kind of brush over and gloss over the truth. And for us to all be, you know, we're all kind of stuck in these algorithms, and it's all like self-love, and everything's great and everything's fine, and so, and it's just not the reality at all. I spend like 5 minutes on social media and my head starts to spin out. I've actually had to come off it completely. I made them change my passwords. I can't even log in. So someone hands me my phone, it's like, you've got 4 minutes, and I'm like, great, and I need that, do you know what I mean? Because it's really bad for me, and I can't be the only one who feels that way.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So yeah, I wanted to make a song. It's a 7-minute long song. I'm sorry, I'm only doing the really sad parts actually on here.
That works for us. We're very sad people in this room.
So it's going to be quite depressing. You know, it starts sad, it gets quite angry, and then it goes light. And I don't know, it's just art music, and it was honest. It was tough to write. It's very raw, but I'm proud of it, you know, and that's what matters most, I think. Yeah.
You have a lot to be proud of, so you should be very proud of yourself, and we are proud to have you here at this show. So thank you so much for coming on. Live at Montreux Jazz Festival is available now, and be sure to stay tuned for a very special performance after the break.